Now we are.
Okay, we're going to go through this really quickly. You ready for this?
Sure.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Esports Canada Solo Queue Hero Tournament. We've just been casting for the last 20 minutes without recording. I am Frank. Alongside me is Wrath.
Still?
We're already underway on this one. We've gone over the brackets, which we can do very quickly. We're in for the last 4 teams. It's going to be Team Placebo, Team RedMecy, Team... Somebody's got to help me out here. I forget what
Team
the
Zot.
Team Zot, which is a big deal. And Team... I think that... Who... Did I miss one? I think that's it?
I think that's it.
Okay, so there's 4 teams. I think I only said 3, but whatever. Those are the 4 remaining teams. This is a best of 1, single elimination. It's going to be Team Zot, or sorry, Team RedMecy versus Team Placebo. We saw Team Zot just beat Team Placebo. RedMecy's team has been on a bit of a break there. I think it was about 2 hours.
Vanquish.
Team Vanquish?
Or whatever, yeah. Okay.
So they're going into this one, and it's going to be a best of 1. We've gone over all the choices here. Specifically, we're obviously kind of going to point out RedMecy. Everybody knows his name. He's got a pretty popular YouTube channel out there. He's big in the Toronto area, and he has certainly done very good things for his team. He's going to be going up against a Fiddle in the middle, and we were about to talk about how we think that's going to go. I'm going to use my expert analyst over here, Mr. Wrath. Now, how do you think that's going to go?
I feel like if Lee Sin puts a significant effort into it, they can shut that middle pretty early. But otherwise, I mean, RedMecy should have a pretty easy time. He can just farm with his Qs. He can interrupt the drain pretty much at will.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that goes, though. I've definitely been surprised by Fiddle middle before. It's it's pretty devastating. You're just like, where did all that damage come from? I don't understand. It just comes out of nowhere. And then Fiddle has that super annoying long fear, right?
And the silence.
Yeah. And so just running like over team comps really quickly, Purple Team's got a lot of damage on their side, and it looks like they're really running for that team fight oriented team comp rather than Blue Team. They've got a lot of displacements, and it looks like they're going more for the extended fights with Fiddlestick's ultimate and stuff like that. They have a bit of a problem though. They need to initiate onto the Syndra, but she knocks away Riven pretty easily with her knockback. So they're gonna have to pull some tricks if they want to take him out really easily.
Right. Not to mention you got the knockback from Jace.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty tough. And it's going to be Jace top lane versus Riven. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Riven's been super strong lately, and I actually haven't seen a ton of Jace. He's kind of been put on the back burner for a lot of people, but I can't imagine that it's going to go poorly for him up in that top lane. He's probably going to try to play it out and see how it goes. But it's definitely going to be interesting. One thing I'm curious about is in that middle lane, Fiddlesticks, you have 3 pretty viable options to max first. I think all of them have their benefits. So, which way are you thinking you should go, and does it differ depending on who you're up against?
I think it definitely differs on who you're up against, and this one we're probably going to see either Drain or Darkwind or even see if you're players here.
Okay. Right on. Unless, of course, he's thinking about roaming.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's all up to what this guy's thinking. I definitely agree with that. So let's see how this one plays out. Now, again, it is a best of 1. They're playing for a $200 prize, and we already went over the fact that Wrath is a pretty sad guy that he doesn't have a Triumphant Rise.
Thank you.
I just wanted to point that out again, make sure that is on the recording.
Thank you. Again.
And but they are playing for that Triumphant Rise, $20 RP, and a $200 first place prize, and it just trickles down from there. But 4th place, everybody's guaranteed at least $5 RP if they've made it this far.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You made it through the group stage, you deserve something.
Not to mention they got to just play some mall.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's holidays, get out, do some stuff, whatever.
Meet some bros.
Meet some bros.
So
I'm a little interested in this level 1. I feel like we're going to see some shenanigans from the Placebo side. They've got a really strong level 1.
Yep.
They've got the Riven and the Fiddlesticks, which almost on its own is enough to warrant the invade. Fiddlesticks, Darkwind, almost always going to guarantee the win on level 1. The silence prevents anyone from flashing out, and Darkwind just does a whole lot of damage. Riven always being the level 1 monster.
Alright, we got that sepia background, that means we're in a pause. Fiddlesticks already moving forward this guy with those crazy mechanics, getting ready to get off that platform. So, let's take a look here. Did we miss anything? Did we not go over anything? Some pretty standard summoners on both sides.
Yeah, nothing too crazy out here. I think the Riven versus Jace matchup is going to be interesting, like you said. I think that's a very skill-dependent matchup.
Yep.
The Jace definitely has the knockback, but Riven has several ways to get onto you, and Jace has, if he gets all in continuously, that's, that kind of sucks for him.
Yeah. Things just feel bad when Riven's all inning you. Now, is she going to be able to get to the back line? It's going to be tough in the later stages of the game. I think she's going to need Flash for the most part to get back there. But even still, you got an Annie with exhaust, with the stun. Tibars.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to Team RedMecy to see if they can pull to team coordination together here. I don't think this is a team comp where RedMecy can just single-handedly win the game on his own.
Yeah. But let's not take away from everybody else as well, because they've actually been doing some pretty good stuff. I don't think I've actually seen anybody necessarily like get dominated. In fact, I think Sad Dad does quite well in the top lane. And their bottom lane isn't too bad as well. Though I do think that they switched. I think that the bottom lane actually switched roles. I could be mistaken, but I feel like it was mint fresh on support. I'm not sure.
And as we saw last game, I feel like Team Placebo pretty good. I don't think they have any particular weak spots in their team. They just they got set behind early. And when it comes to two teams that are really good, actually, it's just a game of inches. If you lose too much early on, it just snowballs out of control.
Right. And they did do a pretty good job. We were mentioning at the end of the last game.
They during the entire mid game, actually, they're keeping it real.
Keeping it real. All right. I'm probably.
Paused out there still. Wow.
Uh-oh.
So, it's all right.
You want to break it or?
No,
okay. You don't know what this is like.
Okay, so outside of the Riven Fiddlesticks, I actually think the rest of the team also warrants the invade. You got the long range slow, some good DPS from Jinx.
Yeah, the Jinx slow is it's really long range, and it's not too hard to land. There's only when you're in the jungle and stuff, there's only a couple areas you get to move to. You can pretty easily predict which way they're gonna be going.
It's a bush check.
I'm not sure if RedMecy will want to. Team RedMecy will want to fight that at all. They do have the Annie stun, but mostly their team is all ranged, man. It's all ranged kite. We gotta kite it out. They've got 3 ranged carries. They've got the Jace, they've got the Lucian, and they've got the Syndra.
Yep.
So as long as they can keep away from the dangerous team members on the other side, then they'll do fine. But we see some sick nasty crow storms, then they won't be so fun.
Right. And I think in the end of all this, it's just gonna we're hyping up this invade. It's just gonna be everybody just goes.
Everyone just does their own thing. Come on. We should just go out there and yell at them. You have to invade now. You have to do it. I wonder if they heard that. Probably not.
I hope so. This is I don't know. This is definitely the most backroom production room I've ever been in.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just going under some technical difficulties at the moment. As soon as they're resolved, the game will be underway.
Right. I'm still trying to figure out who the other 2 teams are. We have our list.
I told you. Team Vanquish, and then.
Oh right.
And Team Zod.
Right. I just didn't remember the name. Yeah, that's. Oh no, it's not Team Vanquish because Muskie Bad he left. He got O2'd. He was the Anivia.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure which team
it was the team that beat you guys.
That would be Team Vanquish. We lost them.
No, Team Vanquish is in
we lost them though.
bracket 2.
That's so weird. No, wait, no. We lost them. Wait.
You couldn't have because he was casting your game.
It's this one. Oh, TBD.
There we go.
Alright, so Team TBD, Team RedMecy, Team Zod, and Team Placebo.
It's the official Team TBD. They came out to Toronto for this.
No, they didn't. Not a bronze to be cited in the final rounds.
Uh-oh.
A tear was shed.
Is it salty? Is it a salty tear?
It's a very salty tear.
Hey man, that's just the way it works. It's randomly generated.
The way it flushens. Tony's... Oh, Tony, I'm gonna kill you. Okay. At any rate, though, I still think it's teamwork that brings it together.
Right.
It's really not just we've got the higher rated team, we've got this in the bag. No, the difference between gold and plat, it's really just decision making. And if you have a team that knows how to make decisions for you and knows how to lead you around, And if you guys can play as a team, then it works out for you. And now we are getting the game underway. Please invade.
Okay. Where
Whoa.
are they headed? They're fanning out.
Whoa. Alright, so we're seeing the Amp Tome start from Fiddlesticks. Quite aggressive start, actually. I believe it lets you start with 3 pots over 2 for the Doran's Ring.
Really?
No. Sorry, it's still 2 pots. Because Amp Tome is...
It's
4.
1 pot.
Really?
Yeah, the Doran's Ring, you get 2 pots, and the Amp Tome is 35 more.
I don't know. That's so weird. Why is he going straight into that? I don't know. Maybe he just really wants the Hourglass Rush.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be.
Although...
Feels like he's not going to run into any mana problems, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know exactly what runes or masteries he may be running.
His lane phase is going to be hard.
Yeah, that's certainly a little weird.
Let's see how it goes.
So they're spread out along the side at the moment. It looks like both teams are kind of wary of an invade.
We talked about this,
I
guys.
would be interested to see if Riven and Fiddlesticks could actually solo the enemy red. If they moved at the moment, just, you know, up through there, no one would catch them.
Right.
And Fiddlesticks can easily can just drain tank it, and then we'll have a Riven with red buff to, you know, to go to town on the Jace. It's quite an advantage. Jarvan will have no red buff. We already have Lee Sin starting red on his side.
Yeah, I actually really like that idea. I didn't even consider that, but that is really smart. Not to mention, you did mention that if it came down to it, Fiddlesticks shouldn't have taken an ability yet. If he hasn't, he can always just run away with the Crow or line up a fear, whatever he needs to do.
He's taking Drain. All right.
There it
so
goes.
So it looks like they might actually be planning that.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Smart call. Look at this guy, Rat.
Look at this guy.
Oh, God.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna... Oh, Chase, did you see it? No, you didn't. Not quite. There we go. All right, so 2 Chains moves up. He's going to drain tank for the Riven, so she doesn't take too much damage. She did start the Orange Shield.
Yeah. Now this is going to be interesting. So they're going to have to switch back and forth here. It is going to allow... It's going to allow RedMecy to get a bit of a lane advantage, which is actually a pretty big deal. And they are going to clear it. So they're going to know the timer on it. Jarvan's going to have a rough idea, but that means that both his buffs are going to come up at the same time, and Lee Sin can invade that if he works it out.
Yeah, definitely. So good start for Team Placebo. A bit of a positional advantage there. Riven gets her level 2. I don't think she wants to go all in on Jace that early, though.
Now Jarvan, I think, is going to be prompted to invade the enemy red, because I think that he thinks maybe there was a miss smite or something like that, and Riven accidentally took it. You can see he's moving there now. Big waste of time.
Oh man, there's nothing there for you. I'm sorry.
That's actually key. That's a big deal.
Yeah. So RedMecy here definitely pushing his advantage middle. As I said, Fiddlesticks gonna have a bit of a troublesome time. It's pretty easy to interrupt the drain, and he's running low on mana because he didn't want to take the Doran's Ring instead.
Which, to me, I still find that a little bit silly.
So a little intriguing. So Syndra's going to have, a bit of an easier time at middle than his Fiddlesticks would. Huge chunk of damage onto him there. He's forced to pop his pot already.
That's not good. Now,
Jay's doing a pretty good job playing the keep away games, putting good damage onto his Riven. I think she'll probably pop her pot soon. She could be getting a lot more aggressive, but look at this. The Lee Sin's coming up, and they're going to push it. There's no way that Jay's going to beat that now.
Here we go, but there's a lot of damage coming out. There's a shield.
Oh, the flash over the Q.
No, it's
Riven
so
with
big.
the counter flash.
It's so big.
It's so big.
Nice.
And we do see a lot of summoners pop there, but Placebo does manage to secure first blood. And they've got most of the buffs under their control.
Wow.
And 2 Chains in a lot of trouble here.
Okay, so
The wave is pushing towards RedMecy, and 2 Chains, he just can't drain anything right now. He's got no pots. CS advantage is definitely on Syndra's side, and he's still got Ignite up.
Yeah, he's going to go to Wraiths here to try to get himself some extra health, but at the same time, he's going to take quite a beating, and he's out of mana.
That's definitely something I think that's going to be happening a lot, is that Lee Sin's going to be doing a lot of invading and, ganking, and he's going to be leaving the Wraiths and the Wolves up for the Fiddlesticks. Otherwise, I really just don't see the Fiddlesticks being able to survive the lane against Syndra.
Yeah, which is smart, honestly. If you're going to be that far behind, you may as well go farm some Wraiths, and Lee Sin clearly has a pretty distinct advantage now.
So we're going to see a first purchase out of Fiddlesticks here. I really wonder what he's going to be able to buy with only that 16 CS.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the 2 armor.
So he's just going to go straight into the Hourglass. I don't know, I feel like he's giving up too much, especially against a player of RedMecy's caliber. He's the diamond player of their team. I feel like it's a little, not giving enough respect to him there.
Very interesting stuff. So we're gonna see them kind of duking it out. Lee Sin, for me, is going to be the guy to track down in the bottom lane. They're 100% even on CS. Mid lane, clearly a disparity. Riven, despite the fact that Jace did die, is also behind now, 10 CS, which is a very big deal.
Yeah, something that you'll find, especially it's melee versus range, and so you're definitely going to have a very hard time keeping up with CS. Lee Sin can't even really do much here. RedMecy did have that side warded, and so he knows that Lee Sin's on his way. Just stay safe to the right side.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Fiddles, I think he is actually going to max drain just because he needs to sustain in this lane.
Yeah.
The 2 armor is going to do next to nothing, and that's 600 gold that you're not using to try to win your lane.
Yeah, Riven taking quite a bit of damage up there at the top, even though they got first blood onto Jace and the red buff. She needs to either push him out of just go all in, push him out of the lane, but she's having difficulty. Like I said, it's a skill matchup, and if Jace plays it very well, then he has a good time disengaging with his knockback.
Alright. So, Lee Sin down here, just farming away. Looks like Lee Sin is going to step into this one. I don't know if he poked out there, or if he was spotted, but by the looks of things, they got to try to set up a bait here. It's hard to bait with Leona, though, because nobody wants to engage on the Leona.
Yeah, the creep wave is pushing towards RedMecy's side, so they're definitely not going to be moving up anytime soon.
Jace is going to head back here. He's got 35 CS. Not bad. He's going to be working his way up to a tier. Very good first item for a Jace. He's very mana dependent. And, of course, that will turn into a Mana Moon. And we'll be amping up that damage.
Good burst amount. Holy man. Really good burst damage there onto this Jace. Exhaust is burnt contribution. Not much got done with that.
Yeah, that's a huge win for red side.
Yeah, and Jace went back. I feel like Riven really should have pushed the lane out and gone back herself there. Which, yeah, because, make sure Jace misses a bit of CS, but not quite there.
Now, if Annie is right around the corner from 6, which I don't believe she is, she's got a lot of burst damage, and I'm pretty sure she'll be able to pick up the Jinx. She's sitting on that stun. She's been sitting on it for a long while now. It's just a matter of how far away is she from getting... Okay, so she's less than half. It's going to be a while, at least another wave or two. Which is kind of unfortunate, because in that time, with the Doran's Blade, she's going to be able to get herself up, and the innate regen, Jinx is probably going to be okay. Oh, here we go, though, in the jungle.
Do some fancy invading. It looks like Jarvan's got a flash out of line to stay safe.
Yeah. And, of course, that ward's going to help Lee Sin just spot that out. RedMecy obviously can't do too much about it.
Honestly, even with, a regular flash W here, this Annie could put some serious hurts onto the Jinx. If the Lucian ever gets a Q off on her and a double shot, then I'm pretty sure that's a dead Jinx.
Yeah, and this is smart too. You can see Lee Sin timed out that buff. Typically, it's around the 7.5 minute mark that the first buff is going to respawn. Jace is spotting this out though. He's got that shock blast down, and Jarvan actually is heading over towards red, but this is a big waste. He should be going to blue right now and just making sure that Lee Sin doesn't meet him there.
So yeah, 2 Chainz going under some pressure here, and obviously not exactly getting any relief quite yet, but Lee Sin is staying ahead of Jarvan for the time being, in response to that.
Riven takes the CS lead too. That's very, very important. I have no idea how she did that, but
Jace has gone back a couple times in Riven. She pushes very quickly.
Apparently
We're seeing here that Jace is forcing the Riven back actually. We actually have another pause. So probably some technical difficulties just going on again.
Yeah. Alright, so...
So bottom lane, Annie has hit 6 now. So should be, Tabor should be up in any moment. And actually I feel like they could go in on that. The barrier I don't think is enough to quite to save them from the burst damage from both Annie and Lucian, which is quite a potent matchup actually, a lane composition. Lucian pairs very well with other aggressive supports. Which is why he pairs well with Thresh, with Annie, with Leona. I feel like the Ignite on the Annie would have been better, just not really a particular target you would exhaust on the enemy team. Maybe Riven, but she's she has a lot of mostly an AD caster. She uses her skill mostly, right? So yeah, I feel like the Ignite would have been better for securing the early game superiority here.
Right. Alright, and everything I think is going to be pretty passive, honestly, for the next little while, other than the bottom lane if Annie decides to utilize that level 6. Lucian's level 6 also has quite a bit of burst, but if I'm reading that correctly, he's only level 4. No, that is 6 as well.
That's 6, mate.
Yeah. So, I mean, they both got a lot of burst in their ultimates, whereas on the opposite end, also a lot of burst and a lot of lockdown. Let's see who's going to be able to use it properly. For me, I think it's going to be tense enough that they might, neither side might engage. Still
So
going to
we
be
see Annie posturing for a bit. She could easily do a flash initiation here.
Okay, so that's going to be a
Playing
blue
a little,
buff,
playing it a little. So yeah, blue buff for Syndra.
which is very, very scary.
Oh.
Oh! Now, I
Kick
don't...
the stun and the wind slash? Doesn't matter, at least it's got it.
Uh-oh. Misclick, there we
He's
go.
got it. Oh man, RedMecy, no ulting, what?
No.
What? That was a free kill. You could have flashed an ult, that was a free kill, beyond a free kill.
Yeah.
That was a little awkward. I expected the ulti out there.
And he's still packing Ignite as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, a missed opportunity at middle, but it's fine. This Fiddlestick is kind of getting pushed back a lot. And he's taking a mobile boost. I feel like 2 Chainz definitely is playing the rogue middle. He's okay with giving up the lane a little bit. As we've seen in previous games, his jungle just comes middle, takes it back, and he goes around and helps his team get ahead.
Yeah, which is smart. He's going to need to do that when you're playing against somebody that you know is at a bit of a higher caliber than you.
Yeah.
Utilize the fact that you can just roam, get away from that lane a little bit, and see kind of what you can do. Nice.
Oh, that looks like a kill. Yeah, that's a kill.
Wow, so much damage.
And the double buffs get transferred onto RedMecy, which is pretty big.
Oh, bottom lane, crazy engage. Leona ult's gonna miss there. Nice damage being done by the Lucian ult.
Nice culling done by Lucian, and the ignite. Just wow, the Fiddlesticks does get the kill onto that onto the Syndra. It's kind of surprising. So yeah, the Jinx getting caught a little bit out of position there, a bit of miscommunication. I think the Leona was behind her, and so she got caught by the flash stun, obviously. And easy follow up for Lucian since Jinx was already pretty low.
Now, Fiddlesticks player, he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now, just picking up that kill.
Yeah, feeling pretty good, man. You're down 30 CS, pick up that kill, get those double buffs. Alright, time to start doing work.
Yeah. Alright, so they're going to continue to push this bottom lane. I really agree with that. Jinx is going to come back. They know Leona went back right now. So Jinx is going to come back into the lane. She's going to be alone. They don't know that Lee Sin's there. But whenever you have one character that's alone, you just abuse them. They can't fight back, and then it comes back, and it's a very easy matchup after that. In comes the top lane, though. Sad Dad getting jumped on yet again, and it's 2 Chainz, 2 rings. Just going up there, picking up another kill. And again, this guy is starting to kind of find his groove here.
Yeah, definitely over there. As you noticed, they decided to push the tower down early, so 2 Chainz had a very easy time just coming up behind the Jace, which, to be honest, was a little overextended considering his tower was down.
And you can see RedMecy
Mercy here, looking here. Looks like he wants to pick up some damage on this field, so a little bit of revenge play. Doesn't quite find a W, so he won't get the E combo off.
Yeah. But he's kind of feeling the pressure. You got to think.
Yeah.
He sees Fiddlesticks is roaming, getting a lot done. Yeah, he's got a serious CS lead, but I mean, his gold count cannot be that far off.
Yeah.
Actually, I would argue that it's like tied almost.
Yeah, it should be roughly tied. One kill is roughly like 15 to 20 CS.
Plus the tower's in there too. Now Dragon could be a factor here as well. Fiddles is great for taking that down.
Yeah, it does look like Blue Team wants to posture and take the Dragon. They definitely have the positional advantage. Riven has moved down and rotated while Jace has not. Again, that's just the benefits of taking early tower. It lets your team roam around a little bit more. Mid game, definitely Team Placebo has the easy engage. Leona can engage from far away. Riven and Lee Sin can both dive pretty deep. Not too much fear over there. Ooh, does not quite dodge.
I was expecting a little bit of a follow up, but Annie being there, of course.
Yeah, Annie's a little too far back in order to follow up on that. And Jinx, so she gets away with some free damage on Lucian.
Okay, so Jace continue.
Oh,
No.
Flash does come out from RedMecy.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Of course, the ultimate's gonna be on a shorter cooldown.
Yeah. So it does avoid imminent death from the Crow Storm. So that'll be down for a while, and Fiddlesticks probably will, look to gank top again. I can't really imagine him just doing a walk-up surprise fear on bottom lane. Both towers do still stand for middle lane. So, RedMecy gonna try to keep this Fiddlesticks pushing, make him lose as much CS as possible. That's, the decision you need to be making at the moment.
Now, again, this is going to be the 3rd red buff steal of the game onto the red side, and they're going to try to do something about it, though Riven comes down. In comes RedMecy, and he's going to try to get something done here. There's a...
What? A pause at the worst possible moment.
Now, what is available here for RedMecy? Is his ult online?
I think he's just used it. I think he's using it on Lee Sin as we speak.
Yeah, I think that is the case, actually.
So that Lee Sin looks pretty dead. The problem here is that Fiddlesticks is just out of position while RedMecy gets to rotate up because you are invading their jungle. They're going to be closer to react.
Yeah, so if Lee Sin doesn't die, which he might be able to W to the Riven, and get himself a little bit of that shield going.
He's stunned right now.
Yeah, he's probably gonna take a beating. I still don't think the ult's gonna kill him though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of damage, I know, but I don't know.
I say he's dead.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see what happens.
I say there's gonna ult that's gonna hit him, and then there's gonna be another Q on top of that, and he's gonna die. Come on, he's gonna ignite. He's dead. He's got ignite. There's no way he makes it out of this. I'll bite my sock off if he makes it out of this.
I will be impressed with that.
No. There's a Jace coming up right behind. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and what?
What just happened?
What? I thought he used his ult. It must be because it was gray. The entire screen was gray.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but how did RedMecy get backed off?
I don't know.
It looked like he went
that's
flying.
so weird.
I'm not even gonna question what.
Well, the bet's off because he didn't even use his ult. So.
Right. Okay. I still would love to see you eat yourself.
No.
All right.
So Tibbers was popped at bottom lane actually, and so was the culling for Lucian. Jinx a little low, but all the ultimates seem to be burned for both sides.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's take a look here at this bottom lane. It's 106 to 92. That's a pretty sizable lead right now, especially considering the fact that Annie does have a kill. One person that I have not really been too even aware of what they've been doing is the Leona. I haven't seen too many plays come out of her. I haven't seen too many turnarounds, but here we go. As I say it, she lines it up. And where's the ultimate? Where is the ultimate from Jinx? It's not online. There's no ignite. There's no exhaust. Just can't get away from that one.
What? Lee Sin, what? The Leona's on your team. You're not trying to kill them. You're trying to kill the other team.
What a bummer.
Wow, he W'd to the board and just backed off instead of shooting the Q. I thought for sure he would have shot a Q onto the Lucian.
Yeah.
At any rate, yeah, RedMecy got the blue buff now. They're just going to push out middle again. Sizable CS lead starting to appear between the middle lanes. 120 to 74, and that's going to continue. Bruin just takes the blue buff.
Yeah, he was trying to give it away with Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, Fiddlesticks, I mean, wow, and the Fiddlesticks was going back and looks like he just stopped. So he's kind of out of mana. No, he's got a bit of mana back, but I don't know.
Now,
this is the problem. Like, if you get constantly pushed in, you use up your mana trying to clear the wave, and then you don't have what it takes. If he properly wards, you don't have what it takes just to take him out.
I think that even though it's only an Athene's and a Doran's ring, I honestly think that if the stun gets landed from Syndra, you can one-hitter quitter that.
The Fiddlesticks? Yeah, it's Brittle Sticks.
Yeah. Brittle in the middle. Okay, and now let's take a look at some of these items here. A full Bloodthirster complete for Jinx. I really like that item on her. However, no boots, whereas level 2 boots, not quite a Bloodthirster on Lucian. It's going to be interesting to see how it works out. Jumping onto the Annie, there's the ultimate. And Barrier getting popped here as well, but she ran away. She had the passive proc, and she ran away. I really think they should keep engaging. Jinx is just on the back foot here, not taking advantage.
Jinx a little too scared to be poking, a little too scared. I mean, Lucian just used his Q, so I don't think she had too much to be scared of. I don't think Lucian really could person.
Oh no, no communication.
Oh.
No communication.
Damn, man, that could have been so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only one with the good flash actually is just, Jinx not quite able to follow that up. We do see once again Jarvan and Lee Sin meeting up in the jungle. Lee Sin looks like he really wants to go. Oh man, Chase getting caught out once again. That's too deep, bro. And yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles.
It's sad. He's getting away with it, and Syndra's coming up towards his top lane as well. However, she's going to step on a reward. She's got the little ball on a leash there.
I mean, this is the one thing, right? He did take up the Moby boots over the Sork boots, and so he's going to be able to maneuver around a lot faster than Syndra can. She just can't keep up with him in speed.
Which is smart, honestly. Like,
yeah.
You got to give these guys credit, because that's not something that you typically do in your standard solo queue game. You just do what you do.
Yeah.
This is a really, really nice adjustment.
Yeah, they're planning out, and they're adjusting to how the game's going, right? It's like, okay, so RedMecy's, he's got mid lane, kind of pats down, but I can roam around and make sure my other lanes win.
Yeah, smart stuff, and it's working, honestly. It's working great.
Like, yeah, so Syndra might have the gold lead right now on Fiddlesticks, but, from what looked like Riven was actually losing her lane, right? She's now 1-0-3, and she's got a sizable like creep lead on the Jace. The Jace is 0-4. He wasn't even doing that bad. It's really just the Fiddlestick doing a lot of work.
Okay, a big fight in bottom lane. Here we go.
Lee Sin and Riven actually.
Lucian. Oh, missing the Q, but still gets the ultimate off.
Exhaust goes off. Annie and Lucian both go down.
Yeah, and it's going to be a continuous chase here as Jinx is getting in there, lining up a nice kill for Riven.
I mean, wow, the ultimate. Jace, Jarvan just did not have the mana to escape there.
So what happened to Dragon?
Well, it's up in 10 seconds, actually.
So it's been gone for a while, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, he gets the trick off.
They did take it. Blue team took it earlier.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so RedMecy's gonna try to stop this. He's kind of solo doing his own thing, and this is what it's called.
Here
It's
we
a
go,
solo
man.
queue
It's a
tournament.
solo queue tournament. RedMecy, can you do it?
I don't think so. He's standing on a ward. I think he's trying to catch somebody.
On a ward.
Oh no?
No. Oh,
yeah,
yes,
he is.
Yeah. Actually, he is. Oh, RedMecy, no, rip.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the rippage.
Uh-oh.
He's done.
Now, the Riven ultimate does more damage the less health they have, so...
Wow, I was for sure the Leona was going to Zenith Blade onto that. I don't know what it was.
If Riven would have waited,
That would have been a kill.
Yeah.
so... Kind of a bummer, but RedMecy gets away. He knows what he's doing, I guess.
Yeah.
And... I don't know. I don't think there's any sizable leads necessarily shaping up anywhere but the mid lane. Lucian's staying a pretty steady 14 CS ahead. Let's take a look right back at these items. Still not finishing his Bloodthirster, this Lucian.
Biggest difference at the moment is probably in the top lane. So yeah, it looks like Lucian might want to go for his Trinity Force, but he should probably finish the book, so you're already there. Come on.
But yeah, huge gold lead actually for Placebo, and just because of the objectives control. That is the name of the game. It is not, let's just kill things. It's, we gotta push objectives and eventually take the Nexus. Placebos, they're doing both, but it's more importantly that every time they take a kill, right, they're trying to force an objective out.
Alright, and we're going to be seeing a Black Cleaver coming up relatively soon for the Jace. I can only imagine that the second Longsword is going to much later be turned into a Last Whisperer. I'm expecting possibly some cooldown boots from him. He's going to be looking to land a lot of Shock Blast, but I don't know necessarily that he's got a lot to pair up with on his team other than the Syndra for poke, right?
Yeah, the Tivers does go down, but that's a really low tower, and Lee Sin does get the insect kick off onto the Jarvan. He will go down. Annie very squishy, gonna go down again. RedMecy is a little out of position, not quite able to follow up on that. Oof. Brutal chain of events, just streaming in one by one.
Yeah, very rough time there, as now that's going to leave Riven a very open door. 2 characters dead, Lucian bottom. She only has to worry about Jace and Syndra, who she sees both of them in that mid lane. She's just going to continuously chop around with that broken blade.
So yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing the issue here. RedMecy is doing well, however, the rest of his team is kind of suffering as a result.
There we go. Now, if you're RedMecy, do you think that you should continuously take kills, or do you think you should feed your team?
Honestly, no, you should still be taking the kills, because he needs to be able to deal enough damage to melt down the front line that's definitely going to be coming for him, since he's the only real threat on the enemy team at the moment. Eventually, Lucian will also be a threat, but at the moment, RedMecy is what they want to get rid of as soon as possible.
Right.
Bit of mispositioning from Rune there, dropping cots, and Team Placebo couldn't really capitalize on the fact that 4 people went top. They weren't really pushed out anywhere else.
Okay, now the positioning here is going to be really interesting considering how many wards are down, and I gotta commend again Placebo just really rocking those wards very, very nicely. A couple of wards for red team as well, but Placebo's been all over. Look at that around mid lane. They have everything covered. I feel like they're just lining up
really
with the mid push.
great warding by this team, actually.
Yeah, I think they should just mid push. They got so much coverage there, they may as well.
The only issue with a mid push at the moment is that the wave clear does go to Team RedMecy, and so they pretty much have to do a tower dive. Now, with a Fiddlestick's ultimate and Hourglass, it might be possible, but you don't have anyone on your team that really can tank turret for you. Raven can't really tank turret for you. Maybe Leona can, but not for very long.
Okay. Well, still trying to that steal. I've actually seen a Jace mid just ravage the enemy Wraith camp with that Shock Blast. just warded up nicely, and it's actually a huge deal if you can steal it down. But the red buff is taken for Jarvan. He's going to be walking around with this one, and he's still lining up that stun. I don't know if they're going to be able to get off of a decent team fight. 12-3, it's pretty one-sided. There is the flash forward with the Fiddle's ultimate and the ultimate from Jinx, picking off RedMecy. A bit of a whiff on the Leon ult, but they're continuing moving forward. Riven with the chase down now. This is going to be interesting. Where's that Wind Blast? There it is. Knocking that one out, and this is the flagging drag coming out from Jarvan, but the fear is readily available for the second time. Way too much damage coming out of these guys, and wow, Lee Sin going so deep. Oh no! Oh, so sad. And 2 kills actually dropped there. Way too aggressive. They should have just
bit of a throw there at the very end of the fight. They had it. They kind of threw it. But yeah, as you can see in this mid-phase fight right now, Team Placebo actually has no problems initiating onto Team RedMecy. As I said, the issue they have is they can't really peel off of Syndra at all. Late game though, they're just gonna have a much harder time getting onto RedMecy as they did earlier.
Yeah. And you know what though, some of that could just be nerves. You know, it's not a huge tournament, but at the same time, it's live. You've got people standing around you. That's not something that everybody does.
Definitely.
So getting in there hard, you could be encouraged by just the cheers of the people behind you, right?
Yeah. The better ward coverage I think is necessary, especially since they want to keep the squishies on Team RedMecy safe.
Right.
The Fiddlesticks ulti is brutal. I mean, those are pretty much going to decide the game. If they're good Fiddlesticks ultis, then, you know, Team Placebo's going to do well. And if they're bad, they're going to have a useless Fiddlesticks.
Yep. And actually, that one was definitely good. It was very stretched out, but man, he went deep and it paid off.
Yeah, he managed to get the fear off as he flashed. Syndra flashed as well, but the fear managed to go off before the flash.
Yeah.
Syndra's flash.
Right. And that definitely worked out.
Yeah.
Not to mention, even if he doesn't like one-hitter quitter the Syndra, which it's looking like he can't do, he's at least gonna get the follow-up with the Jinx ult. But they're gonna get a chase onto Annie here. Poor little girl, just running through the woods.
Oh my god, man, jukes for Jesus.
Oh,
she doesn't quite use her bear to tank that zap for her, and
what?
no, she's
there we go.
Okay, but and as a result of that, she goes down. They're telling Jace to keep pushing top, man. There's like five here at Dragon. So yeah, they're just gonna take towers off of this. They invested so much into killing that support Annie. We probably actually will see bottom top tower go down for RedMecy.
Now this is actually where shot calling comes into play very strongly. What do you do off the back of that? You just lost an Annie, but they got 2 towers. So it's Dragon and Annie for 2 towers. In my mind, RedMecy actually came out ahead.
Yeah, we definitely saw there, like, the Jace was gonna go back, and then some pings were just like, no, you gotta keep going, man, you gotta keep going.
Yeah. So we have actually Syndra going back in a kind of an odd position here, just utilizing the vision around that little nook. She will get back safely, and still, again, at the end of that, I actually think RedMecy came out ahead.
Yeah, despite, like, you know, what they're behind 16-5, the goal deficit is actually only 4K now because they took that extra turret. And so, yeah, just might keep them in the game that much longer until they can last it out to the late game.
Yeah. I always feel bad watching Fiddlesticks trying to auto-attack down anything. It's
so
just
RedMecy decided to pick up the Death Cap first, actually, over the DFG or the Hourglass. A little odd. Lucian decides to pick up the QSs first. He really doesn't want to deal with that first 6 speed at all. I feel like that's mostly going to be targeted towards RedMecy, though.
Yeah, smart. This guy knows what he's doing. He's pretty smart, but you know, again, I'm right there with you. I do think that there are some more standard picks that he could be going for, and I think DFG is actually going to enable him to do more damage, but the Death Cap is going to enable him to do more damage consistently as the fight goes on.
So yeah, DFG is, you know, if you just need to erase one person off the face of the planet, while the Death Cap lets them do a bit more damage overall during, you know, the course of a team fight.
And I think his target's probably going to be Riven. Riven's going to be right in his face, and he's going to say, okay, you're a bruiser, but you do way too much damage. Let's shut you down, and then we'll deal with the rest of the team later.
Perfect sweep. Managed to get 2 wards.
Wow. Beautiful.
But yeah, the Riven and the Lee Sin are definitely going to be straight up in Syndra's face, so she's going to be ulting one of them. It really comes down to if she can live through that initial burst. This Riven's really far ahead now due to the help that she's been getting from Lee Sin and Fiddlesticks all game long.
Alright, so a little bit of poke coming out for there from Jason. Usually when you have a champion like Jace, who is actually building to around his EQ combo from range mode, you should probably let him do his thing for a little bit. He has farmed pretty successfully, Yeah, he's 1-5, but he's still got 203 CS at the 27-minute mark. Let him do his thing. Let him land a couple of shock blasts like that. Maybe 1 or 2 more, and then get in there. Really go hard and try to get that engaged with the Annie.
Yeah, the poke here is definitely better for RedMecy's side. It got the long-range Jace shock blast and the long-range Cinder shots.
Right on. So 16-5. Let's see what they can get off here. Fiddlesticks looks. You can see where he's positioned right now. He's not moving. That's usually a sign. There he goes in with that ultimate RedMecy.
The fear comes on to RedMecy. And wow, he barely makes it out actually. But man, it's still 5. Oh, it's still 5 right now.
Double kill for
Oh my god, that rocket actually hit.
Yeah, now they need to back off. Don't do what they did last time. Don't go so ham.
Tower for way too long here. Finally, minions come in, and they should be able to actually secure inhibitor turret, I would say here.
Man, Fiddlesticks, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you know, he got set behind early game, but that wasn't an issue. He just made the most of his late game. His mid game run.
Yeah. Oh, and we saw the ward go down.
Oh,
and that's why I hate Lee Sin players, right there. You didn't need to do that. But they're gonna get
the
this.
Fear goes down, and Lucian, you know, unfortunately, he does fall.
Big wave bottom lane as well, so that can be farmed up very quickly. And Placebo, man, 21-5. RedMecy, what are you gonna do to come back in this one?
Looks like he is going for his Hourglass style, but it might just be too little, too late, man. You really needed it for that last fight. As we saw, he just got wiped off the face of the planet. Really couldn't do much. After the Fear, he just couldn't put any damage into the team fight at all. He got pushed out of it, and then a Jinx ulti sniped him out.
He needs a Quicksilver Sash.
He needs either a QSS or he needs an Hourglass.
Yeah. Alright. So, Fiddlesticks, to me, he's working his way up towards that MVP mode.
Yeah, even picking up his Death Cap max, already got his Void Staff, so any amount of magic druids you build, it's not going to do that much.
And he didn't farm that well.
Yeah.
But he is smoking it right now. Really leading the team here. Now, do we know, actually, I'm going to take a look here to see where the players are in terms of ranking for that team. So this is Team Placebo, and it is actually a Diamond 1, 2 change 2 ranks. So RedMecy, man, he really knows what he's doing. Like, to shut down a Diamond 1 player like that.
Well, I mean, like, that's kind of just how the matchup goes, right? Both players kind of know it. The Fiddlesticks know, okay, I'm going to give up my early game, but I'm going to roam around more. Syndra could have been a little more on the ball with that. And again, they should have warded more heavily. They're like, yo, the Fiddlesticks is going to constantly roam because I'm going to push his turret out, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Yep. So one thing we actually haven't talked about too much, because we haven't seen too much from it, is actually Jarvan and the Leona. But actually, before we go into that, here's the fight. As Reckless Schlong is going to get dropped up here, Jarvan gets in there, gets knocked around like a ping pong ball, and Riven might go down here, but no, the shield's way too strong. Beautiful engage, and we have a clean ace. They are just going to wipe that out, and they're just going to run past the minions, get up there, maybe heal a little bit off of them, and somebody's going to tank this, looking like it's going to be Leona. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
so, like, yeah, just Team RedMecy just falling apart over there, getting caught by a bunch of AoE, Fiddlesticks ults in, and it's a pretty easy cleanup for Riven to just...
Oh, and there's
a surrender, alright.
Wow. Wow.
Whew!
They did not make that look like a finals game.
Yeah.
Or a semifinals, or semifinals. Unreal. So it
will be the rematch of Team Placebo.
We don't know that yet.
Oh, true.
We don't know that yet.
True.
Was it Team Sko? Team Sto? What? Why can't I remember that? Team Sko. Zod. Why did I call him Sko?
Team Zod.
Zod. Okay. Sko. What is Sko? Anyways, Team Zod is going to be up, and they're going to be... Well, maybe. We don't know what happened. TBD could have taken it down. I haven't seen them play.
I'm looking forward to the Team Zod rematch, please. That's what I want to see. I think it'd be a great finish, and honestly, that's my prediction for how it comes to play. I could be wrong, but I was right about the invade. And I was right about how the game turned out in the end. You know, it's the problem when you're putting all your eggs into one basket. Same thing that CLG is running into, like, this issue at the moment. Like, they're just like, we just play the protect the double lift comp. It doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. You know, since season 2, it stopped working.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, CLG has just been the decline.
Yeah. I mean, next time maybe CLG will show up. He'll sign up with solo queue. He'll just have like a double lift on one team.
Okay, but like I think double lift is actually good enough to just carry the game.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gross. All right. Well, we're going to do a little bit of a break. I'm going to see what's going on in the other room because the other games still might be going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're going to go on a break.
Signing off for now. We'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.